I don't want to talk. I don't want to do this. I need to be able to think of my thoughts, look ahead for the day, and think about how we are going to overcome this day.
My mind seemed to take a step out, get some air now, let your edge out, to some ice.
Welcome back, Whisper Sisters. Today we are talking about how to get stuff done. Like, really be productive without burning yourself out. I know that you are ready to exit your lazy era, and it's about to be the new year. So if you are ready to get all the tea on how to do this, keep watching. Let's get right into it. Tip 1, get off that phone. When you wake up in the morning, put that phone down. Don't just jump right into that phone and start scrolling. And I have a bad habit of this. Don't scroll in the morning. Before you know it, a whole 45 minutes has gone by. You have done nothing but watch other people do their morning routines. Your morning routine should consist of waking up, stretching, centering your brain, maybe a little meditation, maybe a little gratitude. And if you got kids, you already know if you can get up before them, the morning goes so much smoother. When I stopped waking up with my kids and waking up before my kids, things changed exponentially. Like, it became such a game changer for me to be able to get things done. I was throwing in a load of laundry. I had their lunches ready, their clothes laid out, and all I had to do was wake them up, get them washed up, and make them jump in their clothes. Breakfast was even on the table, baby. And I was able to do that in silence. I'm a morning person that needs silence. I don't want to talk. I don't want to do this. I need to be able to think of my thoughts, look ahead for the day, and think about how we are going to overcome this day. I don't need nobody saying, mommy, 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 mommy. It's also really important to make sure you're not jumping right into work. Like, I used to wake up and jump right up, start putting loads of laundry away, start getting the kids' clothes together, and I was not taking time for myself. And that's what I mean when I say wake up before everybody so you can have a moment of peace. Sit on the edge of the bed, stretch. Like I said before, meditate. Maybe take a sip of your coffee if it's ready already. Take that time to center yourself. Make sure that you're speaking to yourself. If you pray, make sure you're praying. Just that moment of clarity alone is unmatched. It's unmatched. Tip 2, break it down. Stop overwhelming yourself. First of all, if you're not in the habit of making to-do list, girl, what are you doing? I have a list for everything. I got a grocery list, a prayer list, a wish list. I got all kinds of lists. That is how my brain keeps things organized, because I'm going to forget. Not only am I going to forget, I'm going to get overwhelmed. And when I get overwhelmed, I need a nap. I need to go to sleep. I need to lay down. I need to turn my fan on and the rain music, and I need to shut the world out, because I just can't. My brain is not processing everything that I need to do. So if you can make a list and break that list up into smaller tasks, you're going to be more productive instead of trying to do multiple things at one time. Even if you have to spread out that list over days, that's perfect. That's perfect. Monday is for the kitchen. Tuesday is for the bedrooms. Wednesday is for the grocery shopping. Thursday is bedtime story. Friday is game night. Like, if you break everything up over the course of the days, it will take a load off you. You won't have to feel like you're doing everything at one time. Especially if you're a mom, and if you're a single mom. I'm a single mom, and I know that I get overwhelmed just by thinking about the day, because I have to work. I have to get the kids ready for school. I have to make sure their homework is done when they come home. Teeth is brushed, bath is had. I gotta sprinkle in a little fun. Like, I'm getting killed. So if I can break up the task, it's better. Like, I started doing game nights on Thursdays, or activity nights on Thursdays with my kids, because they go to their dad's house on the weekend. So Thursday nights is our fun night, right? So I don't have to worry about every single day there has to be an activity. We have to do something. Mondays is for cleaning. I also hired a cleaning lady, but that's a different video for another day. But if you got the funds and you can source out activities, yeah. But Mondays is for the kids separating their clothes for the laundry. Tuesdays, I gotta make sure the kitchen is good. Wednesdays is another task. Sundays, I gotta make sure the groceries is in the house, and any meal that I want to cook over the week, I prep it. Like, separate everything over the days. Separate things throughout your task list and break it down so you don't feel so overwhelmed to where you shut down and don't do nothing. Tip 3, baby, you got to set them boundaries. You've got to set boundaries. Listen, people will take all of your time if you let them. You have to know when to cut it off, or enough is enough. No, and listen to me good, no is a full sentence. If you don't have the time to do it, do not commit to doing it. That is ludicrous. You don't have to. Imagine doing something you don't want to do and then something bad happens to you while you're in the middle of doing something that you don't want to do. Crazy. You have to tell people no, especially when you're trying to be more productive. If you have a task that you know has to be completed, you shouldn't be worried about nothing else but that task. And when it's completed, then you have the time to outsource to other people. But until then, you gotta learn to say no. Boundaries are really important if you're the type of person that is always taking on more than you can chew, biting off more than you can chew, saying yes to all these projects, saying yes to meeting your girlfriends, and then after that you're taking your grandmom shopping, and then after that you're helping your dad paint the house. You can't do it all. If you can't do it all in your house, you damn sure can't do it all in somebody else's house. Set those boundaries and tell people no. It's that simple. Tip number 4, use the Pomodoro method. Now this one is new to me, but it works. It is when you do a task for 25 minutes until you take a 5-minute break. So therefore you don't feel like you're drudging along trying to get done what you need to get done. Those little bursts of focus will help you knock everything out. And then when you do take that 5-minute break, take the 5-minute break, sis. That does not mean pick up that phone and start scrolling. Scrolling is a trap. You are going to be on that phone for hours. You have to put your phone away when you're trying to be productive. I'm sorry. I just did it. I just checked my phone. I was like, well, I'm filming. 5-minute rest means 5-minute rest. A state of nothingness. Just sitting there and recollecting your thoughts. And then moving on to the next task or completing the task you were already doing. Right into a game. I used to work from home, right? So I got two 15-minute breaks and a 30-minute break. So on my 15-minute breaks, I would set a timer and clean up an area of the house. Like if it needed to be the kitchen, or it needed to be the living room, or it needed to be the bathroom, I would set a timer and race myself and see how fast I could get it done. That it's kind of corny. It don't sound as fun as it really is. Like if you set a timer and be like, ready, set, go. You like something about that child spirit falls on you. You'd be like, oh, like how fast can I get it done? Like how can I? It's actually really, I think you should try it. I think you should try it. It's very, very fun. Like I used to get more done in those 15-minute breaks than I would in a day that I was off, because I was challenging myself and trying to make it interesting. So just try it. Try the Pomodoro method. Tip number 5, you got to get that workspace right. You got to get that workspace right. You're not going to be productive if your area is messy. A messy area, a messy brain. And I live by that. Like when the office that I'm filming in right now, when it gets messy, I can't concentrate. I don't even want to be in here. So I know that I have to clean it up. Like I gotta organize things, and I try to put things back as I'm using them. That's very helpful, and that is in the long run being productive, because then you don't have to come back and do it, like backtrack. But when I have a clean area, I instantly feel more inclined to be in that area. I also, one of the things that I do now is I make up my bed every single day, and I've been doing this for about 2 or 3 years. I make up my bed every single day. It just makes me feel more productive. Like it sets the tone for my day. Like the way they say breakfast, a healthy breakfast sets the tone for your eating habits for the rest of the day. I promise you, when you make your bed every single day, it does something different to you, especially when you come home and your space is clean and you just can relax, like or in another sense, when you come home and your space is clean, you're more inclined to tackle another task because you don't feel so overwhelmed by your centered space. Like if I come into my room, here's a perfect example. If I come into my bedroom and it's a mess, my first thought is to clean my bedroom before I do anything else. If I do that, if I make that a habit every single day, I'm never going to get to the rest of the house. I'm never going to get to the rest of the house. So I make my bed, I make sure when I'm using things, I'm putting them back when I'm done, so that when I come home or when I'm trying to complete tasks, the area is fine and I can move on to something else. And I feel the same way about my office. Like if my office is clean, I'm a queen. Dr. Seuss, holla at me. Before you get mad about what I'm about to say, let me explain first. I want you to get comfortable with the first 5 steps of this video before you move on to the second video where the next 5 steps are. Because the whole point of this is for you to be more productive. So if you're consuming all these tips in one day and trying to implement everything at one time, you're going to get overwhelmed. And that is not the point here. The point is to implement certain techniques to help you be more productive. So I'm making a part 2. Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. I'm making a part 2 with the next 5 steps. So I challenge you to do these first 5 steps and then move on to the second video. I'll see you soon. Bye, Whisper Sisters.